in today's video, gonna say hi?
Hi.
We are gonna go visit the arch here in St. Louis. Last year, my sisters and we did go on a cruise, but we didn't get a chance to go like inside the actual arch. It's like 35 degrees, but feels colder because of the wind. So yeah, this should be a fun, interesting little trip. Yeah, so right off the bat, after getting screened in through security, there is an entirely free museum, free for anyone coming in, which I thought was pretty neat. So me and my dad, we had about an hour, 50 minutes or so before our scheduled ram up to the top of the arch. So I thought I'd take a quick glance around, kind of goes through the history of St. Louis. This kind of reminded me of my class back in middle school when we did like a whole semester, I think, or so, on this topic, which, I kind of just looked around, didn't really read much, but would like to come back, with more time just to read everything, learn about the history of the city. And for me, I'm not too big of a fan of the whole pioneer, like 1970s era of the American history, just because I kind of find it boring. I'd rather learn more about the Native Americans and their land, same with African Americans, how Mexicans also played a role. Like, I'm not really, it's just that kind of topic is not really something that interests me. But I thought this was pretty cool. It was like a little coin, if I remember correctly. I thought that was really neat. But overall, there was a few interactive things to do. So if you have kids, that'll entertain them. As I said before, it was entirely free. So I thought this was a really neat museum. If you're ever in need to do something in St. Louis, check this out because it's free. And especially on a sunny day, I bet the weather outside, you get a nice view of the arch as well. And there is also the Mississippi River outside. So, highly recommend this. And then right here in this section goes over the history of the arch. And like any great museum, you need to stop, or well, at least I need to stop at the souvenir store gift shop. And my dad got me a cute little tote bag. And this is like on the subway ground after you go through the museum. It's kind of like the basement level below the arch. So it kind of reminds me of like maybe like a Union Station or bus stop type of thing. Not too sure. And here we are walking our way up to the Tram. I entirely forgot what it was called. I think it might have been Ram. I don't know. Tram cart. I think that's what it was called. And these are surprisingly the same ones that were installed back in like the 1980s, 90s, whenever they were constructing it. There was a tour guide that gave us a few facts, before heading up here. The whole system is actually pretty neat. It's like a mixture of like a Ferris wheel, escalators, and an elevator. So, the whole thing going up there, it was kind of rough, but again, also not too bad. But yeah, these are the original ones that are still functioning today as they were installed so many years ago. And there is like about 6 or 5 seats in just one of these. So I guess, before COVID, it must have been super crowded. And here we are in the top. As I said before, it's kind of gloomy, kind of day, but the view was entirely super cool. I thought it was really neat to be all the way this high. And you could feel the wind from up here, which I thought was kind of scary, but it's supposed to do that as well. And over here you see the Illinois and the Mississippi River. Highly recommend heading here if you're ever able to. The tickets range between $15 to $19 for adults and $11 to $15 for children. So yeah, super cool experience. Gives you a kind of whole new perspective of the city. After all, give me a thumbs up if you liked it, comment down below, and subscribe. See you guys in the next video. Bye.